Assalamu alaikum. Dear viewers, I'd like to welcome you to another exclusive presentation brought to you by thebesthub.co.uk, always keeping you informed. My special guest this evening is a respected scholar, da'i, teacher and community activist, Sh Ramadan al-Qadri al-Azhari. Sh Ramadan has taught the traditional Islamic sciences in the United Kingdom and Europe for over 10 years, and for the majority of those 10 years he taught here in Manchester as the principal of al-Qadri Institute. Sh Ramadan recently has took up a significant and important role as director of Minhaj al-Quran International, Victoria, in Australia. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh, and thank you for taking time to be with us here this evening.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I'd like to share some questions with you, Sheikh, inshallah, from our viewers and bloggers. I'd just like to begin, Sheikh, by asking you about your youth years and how you grew up.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I was grown up in Pakistan, and I belong to the area which is actually desert, and I did my matriculation, which is GCSE, in that area. It's known as Layya, and that place is known for love because the people over there and the Sufi poets and the overall culture is very love orientated and Sufi orientated and Tasawwuf orientated, and that was my family background as well. And my father, his nickname or his name, well-known name was Sufi as well, so people knew him as Sufi. So he was my great and biggest inspiration, and throughout of his life he remained like that, but I never ever realized that he is the biggest inspiration until he passed away. And after he passed away, then I realized that how big support and help he was. He definitely would have been made du'as, and his prayers, he remembered me always, and all of his children.
Sorry to interrupt you. I remember you were telling us a story about your father when you were getting married and he was on the bus or something.
Yeah. This is there are 2 points actually which I would like to share with the young brothers. Number 1 is that you need to have some attachment, and the good attachment is either your brother, elder brother, or your father. Mother is good inspiration, but there are some points which could be sometime too lenient and too soft because of the character of mother. But one encouragement which I would like to make for the young people, brothers and sisters as well, the both, that they need to attach somebody. It's a figure, manly figure, means their father or elder brother, for their inspiration, where they should look at him as the point of reference, and go back to him whenever they need. And do not worry about their education, their lifestyle, whatever they are and whoever they are. If they are related to you, they will give you something. If they are elders and they are experienced, they will give you something. Even though my father was not very educated, and even not very educated, I will say, he was not educated at all. So he was illiterate at his, as far as the worldly knowledge is concerned, but his iman and faith was very strong. And the level of understanding was very good. So when I was married, which we lack in our time, but still there is good if you are forced by somebody who is your inspiration, who is your reference point, still you will not be in loss in your life. But my father asked me that, how do you want to marry? Shall we choose somebody for you, or will you bring somebody? And I said, why don't we do it together? And he was happy on that. And I know the young brothers and sisters, they, in this country, particularly in the Western world, they suffer a lot when the practical aspect of their life come. Father and mother sometimes do not understand what their emotions are, what their feelings are. But this is life. You have to live and realize and understand that their presence itself is blessed, is blessing, and is barakah. You need to honor that and respect that.
Jazakumullah khair, Sheikh. So we just talked about your youth years and how you grew up, and you mentioned your father, as he was a very important inspiration for you. So Sheikh, let's just take a moment now to look at your educational life. Alhamdulillah, you've been serving the Deen for a long time now, and you travelled all over the world, and you've taught many students here. So if you could please give us an insight into your educational life, where you began your studies and how you progressed through your studies, inshallah.
My primary education, then the GCSEs, and after that I went to Minhaj University. At that time it was not Minhaj University, it was beginning. And Sidi Shaykh al-Islam used to teach us, Sidi Shaykh al-Islam, Dr. Muhammad al-Qadri, Adamallahu fidahum. They used to teach us 3 days in a week, and that was quite a long time. He never taught like 1 hour or so. Whenever he came and he taught us, he used to teach at least 3 hours. So his period was the longest, but we never become bored or never became like, why it is so long, we are not able to understand. But he used to teach us, and that is privilege. That is so nice or so good or so big thing in my life that there is nothing in educational or academic life we can ask for or can have for. And the style, the life, and the education and teaching, all it comes from Sidi Shaykh al-Islam. And Alhamdulillah, since I was admitted in the Minhaj University till today, I have the strongest connection with that institute and with the Sheikh, Sidi Shaykh al-Islam as well. So here I would like to request all of the brothers and sisters that once you find somebody who is good, who is having the role of Sheikh in your life, then attach yourself with loyalty, because the door opens from them, and whatever you will receive through them. You won't be able to unlock the books, you won't be able to unlock the treasures of knowledge except you are loyal and submitted to your Sheikh and to the place where you have learnt your basics. And then keep your connection there. The stronger the connection will be, the more you will gain. And more benefit will come to you in your life as well.
Jazakumullah, Sheikh. From my research, Sheikh, I've come to know that Minhaj al-Quran International, which you've just mentioned, and which is something which is very close to your heart. You mentioned that Minhaj al-Quran is the biggest non-governmental organisation in the world. So, as you approach Minhaj al-Quran, Sheikh, many students, for example, may have gone to the secular route, the secular educational route. So, what inspired you, Sheikh, to join a Islamic organisation of that kind?
This is quite interesting, and that comes from the family. Number one factor which will make your career, or you will decide what line, what sort of study, or what line of your practical life, and then you will benefit. It comes actually with many determined by many factors, and one factor is your family. And the most important in the family will be the factor, the person you are inspired, your father, mother, or brother or sisters, whoever, they are role model for you, or they inspire you, or they will encourage you or motivate you. That is one factor. And the second factor, which is also important, is the people who are around you. And you need to be very careful. Because of that, you will see in our traditional society, the parents do not allow the children or the young children to go into the company of those children who have different mindset or different goals in their mind, or scattered, or very not focused. Actually, they have no goal in their life. You need to be very clear as early as possible. You can change later on, but you need to be very clear as early as possible what you want to be. And this question you need to ask yourself constantly, and you are influenced by the people who are around you. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept one something in you, a criterion which will make your likes and not likes. So you need to work on them and think about them. And if something comes in your career, in your life, which is more close to your likes and away from your dislikes, you just take that. And as I've told you, the family, the people who are around you, the company which you will keep, all these factors will determine what line of action or what line of study, what line of academic life you are going to take. And this was my background going into this organization. And at the same time, when I saw Sidi Shakhl, my brother actually persuaded me, and he brought me into this line. And then I saw for first time Sidi Shakhl Islam, and then from there everything was very, very clear. So he was a role model, he was inspiration, he was everything for me, and for many youth, for many brothers and sisters. So then life become easy once you got somebody who is close to that which you have in your mind. And he was once, I remember when I met him for first time, I saw him, I shake hand with him. I remember time, I remember date. It was 4th of August 1984 when I first saw him. It was around 2:30 time when he came in. I was giving interview for my the admission in Minhaj University, and the teacher was listening to Dua Qunut from me when Sidi Shakhl Salam came in, and I saw him for first time. And somebody need to be there as your role model, which will determine your life as well.
Sheikh, I just want to move to the other side of the spectrum. As I mentioned at the beginning of this interview, you've taught in the UK now for over 10 years. And recently, at the beginning of this year, you moved to Australia, which is on the other side of the world. So how would you, or could you please give us an insight into your contrasting experience between the two? Inshallah.
My experience in Australia is not very big at the moment. It's not very much. That is very limited. It's only 4 months and for 5 months, and it is just beginning there. So, but apparently, what I have seen, the difference between two cultures. But basically, I am both places. I am close to the Muslim brothers and sisters, so I do not have very much interaction with the secular side of the education or teaching or learning or interaction. So the religious community or the religious group or religious dimension aspect of the life in the both places, there are many differences. Number one, the society community here is well developed and established, and the basic knowledge of the layman is lot more than the people in Australia. Number one. Number two, they are like elder brothers and sisters of the Muslim community settled in Australia, and they have much more than them. And it's a very young community there, and the people either settled just one decade, even about 10 years ago, or their young children, they are having the second generation, and here you say that it's going third, and now you are entering into fourth generation in some cases, but there it is maximum second generation, and the people are settling in, and the basic knowledge of those people who lived there, who were brought up there, is very, very limited. Number three, here the Muslims has developed their institutes, and they have developed their organizations, and they have developed the mosque, the madrasa system, the institute, and for the youth they have developed very good in every aspect of the life, but there they are just beginning to do so, and so their basic knowledge is very limited. Number two, they are not well established yet, and number three, they do not have access to the sources as we have here in UK, and number four, it is in real sense a multicultural country, real sense. The people, local people, and plus there is not one dominant community. Here, say for example, is Pakistani, and then from certain areas, and the cities are full of them. But there the case is completely different. So you have to have really good quality in your knowledge, and the if you are presenting yourself, you cannot be localized, and in local way you cannot present yourself. So if somebody is Egyptian, even though you will find few Egyptians, and then the Libyan, and you will find all sort of people there. So we have 17 nationalities in our mosque, in the mosque where I am. I lead Jummah prayer and some other prayers as well, and teach them, and children from 17 nationalities. And the best children I found from Malaysia. I love them, like them. They are so nice. You tell them, sit down here and read, and the world around them is shaking, but they are reading. They are so nice, very much focused. And then we find Bosnians, they are nice as well, but very limited in knowledge, very, very limited in knowledge. Even somebody asked me question, when do we open our fasting, and when do we close? Do we close it at sunrise, as we open it at sunset? Do we close it at sunrise? So this is the level of their knowledge at the moment, and they need some good scholars.
Sheikh, finally, Sheikh, we in the UK, Sheikh, we live in increasingly troubled times. As you're aware, there's many issues which are facing our communities here. What advice could you give to the youth or to the Muslims of the community in the West here, based in the UK, Sheikh, that they could take, inshallah, on board?
There are many dimensions of this time trouble of this time. But one is the most important and which is not paid any attention, and that is the Aqidah aspect. And learning Aqidah and learning your deen and later taking Iman, the people are not very careful about it. So, as far as the matters of Aqidah is concerned, the young generation is very confused. So if there is confusion in Aqidah, it cannot be Aqidah. It can be everything, but it cannot be powerful thing which can change and make the life. And this is what our youth are lacking. There is nothing in their heart which can motivate them, which can change them, which can make them, and which can take them forward. What they need to do, the light of Iman received or taken either from the society, from the people, from the parents, that need to be really valued. And the value of the light of Iman will not be understood until you know what you believe. What is your belief? And how that belief is made and kept throughout the centuries, right from the time of Rasulullah ﷺ till today. And if there is deviation, that is innovation, that is bid'ah. That need to be encountered. And this attack is the worst attack on the young brothers and sisters which they are facing. So, mashallah, this is good effort what you are doing. So, they need to be provided with the proper guidance, and along with that what you are doing, it's not sufficient just you provide them information about everything. It is more important that you make this website as the point of reference of traditional and classical knowledge transmitted to us through authentic way and with authenticity and the true knowledge which is transmitted to us, and those reference points need to be mentioned. So whenever they need any question, whenever they need any guidance, they need any help and support, that should be available by telling them that the resources or the reference points are these. You can go to them and refer them to them and take the guidance or whatever they need. So the most important thing is, in relation with Aqidah, do not let any sort of confusion to come in. If there are confusions, clear them with the authentic resources. And internet is not authentic resource. There are some people, they just say just go and ask Google, Sheikh Google, and just Google it, so we say Google it. That is not authentic. I was told yesterday that somebody asked someone a question and the Imam was standing there, and that person said, do not worry, I'll answer you this question tomorrow about looking at internet. There is everything on internet. He said there is everything. There is answer of every question there on internet. So I will tell you. You will be confused and it will add to your confusion. So what you need to do, you need to have some reference point, authentic reference point, and that reference point need to clarify that question, whatever comes to your mind.
Sadly, folks, that's all we have time for this evening. I'd like to thank His Eminent Sheikh Muhammad Ramadan al-Qadri al-Qadri, who's currently here on a short tour from Australia, and I'd like to thank the Sheikh for taking time out of his busy schedule to be here with us this evening. Inshallah, the Sheikh will be a regular feature on our blog, and our article section, and our multimedia section. I'd like to thank you for watching. Keep in tune and log onto the website on a regular basis, www.theblessedhub.co.uk, and we look forward to seeing you on the next presentation. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala.